It's the morning of January 15th, 2025. And I wanted to make these uh, video records about my business. My business. My business is not other person's business to change the way they want it to be their business. There's people like that in the communities. They work unfairly to make certain person's business their business. It's a legal business to the wrong, cheat, or abuse a person, put a person through trouble for their business, to try and make the person do their business the way they want to. They're illegal. It has to be legal agreement between two or more people. It's supposed to be done by no force, no trickery, no wronging, cheating, and abusing. That has happened to me. People have mistreated me in the communities for my business. I have different kinds of business that people want, and it's really not their business to think, to believe that I am supposed to give my business to them and or any other person. It's my decision about who I give my business to. If I choose to give my business to only 5 or 6 people, that's my business. If I decided that I wanted to do some type of business for people in the communities, it would have to be done my way because I'm fair and natural doing. I'm honest about my business. I'm natural to not hurt people about my business. So I don't need other people in my life trying to change the way I do my business, because some people want to get in on it. They want to change it and make it their way. They put me through trouble because they want to make it, change it, and make it their illegal. They're unfair, and some of them require some mental assistance. But I wanted to make this note to say that no person, no matter how big their title is, they don't have the right. Police, judges, attorneys, no person has the right. Doctors, nurses, they have no right to tell me about my business, is including my body. I can, if something happened to my body, in many situations, I can heal and correct myself. I can fix myself. I may want, in some situations, I'm not against hospitals and doctors and nurses, because I have gotten hit by a car when I was a young person, and I had some beautiful doctors. They did an excellent job in regards to fixing my legs. Both of my legs were broken. I'm just saying, because some people, they make it seem like that the hospital is a requirement for each person to go to, and each person don't have to go. It's supposed to be an option. It's supposed to be if the person want. Sometimes a person can heal themselves, but they'll choose to go to the hospital because they're trying to get a quick fix. But they are more natural. But sometimes a person get a quick fix, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they eat natural, they drink enough natural waters, healthy waters, foods, fruit and vegetables grown from the earth's dirt, soil. The sun is the energy, sign language as energy, as power. And the sun that helps, is called fruits and vegetables grow. It's healthy for the body. And there's other foods that's healthy for the body. Some foods is not really a requirement for a person to eat, and it's not really that healthy, but a person can eat it and they'll be fine if they don't eat too much of it and they eat enough healthy foods. But anyways, I want to get back to my business, and part of my business is saying what I just said. But I wanted to get back when I say my business, because there's people that has been trying to change my business. And I'm not trying to bash like police, because there are some beautiful police. When I was homeless, there was like two or three police that approached me and they did something nice for me. While there was a few police, more police that come approach me and they disrespected me. They did some foul to me. Some picked my body up and slammed me down on the ground in a mall and where I set my tent up. Police would sometimes come there and tell me to move. And they're not supposed to do that. It's public space, and I wasn't causing trouble. I was peacefully setting up my tent in the evening for some rest and during the night, whatever rest I can get, which wasn't much. But I wanted to say because that's a part of people putting me through trouble, trying to break me. There's a lot of people involved, and I don't know their names, but they're people that put me out of my housing. It's people that have control of housing. People have control of what people require, and it's housing and food. I wasn't really denied food in a way. I was, because if I didn't have a mailing address, I couldn't get food. I would have to depend on like going to shelters, and if I didn't do unfair or something that they wanted me to do in the shelter, they would put me out, and I was fairer than them. So in a way, in some situations, there was a time I was denied food, and I would be looking for money on the ground. I would never hold my hand out for money because I didn't like being put in a situation that I was put in, because I always worked for since a very young person. My brother-in-law owned a cleaning company. So I always kept money and had money since a young person. So when being made homeless and not having money for some time, it was hard, but I made it through it in the most respectful way without harassing people. But some people were harassing me, and they weren't supposed to be doing it because I wasn't causing trouble, because I was minding my own business. A person that minds their own business to not cause trouble is minding their own business. People that don't mind their own business, they cause trouble. It's some type of insecurity, jealousy, or control freaks they are. It's too many of them in the communities. But I wanted to make this note about people not minding their business, trying to make my business their business. If person want some business from me and I agreed to do it, and and they wanted me to do it for the people in the communities, people supposed to give me a place. They're not supposed to tell me to pay for. They're supposed to give me housing and or a place to set up my business in, to do for certain the people in the communities that's worthy of or behave respectful enough to have it or to get it. Because people that don't behave respectful, I can turn them away. I'm supposed to be I'm fair. I am supposed to be able to do my business my way because I'm fair. No other government workers have a right, and that's what the problem is. There's some people think that I'm supposed to do what they want and I'm fairer than they are. I am much fairer than they are. I'm supposed to be able to run my business my way, not the way other people want me to run my business. Although they may give me housing, they don't really own it. They own to give to people fairly. They not supposed to be owned it to disrespect the person because the person won't do what they want and they're unfair and I'm fairer than they are. And even if I was unfair and they unfair, they still don't have a right because they unfair and I'm unfair. It's even. I can still run my business the way I want, but I'm fair. I'm fair and natural doing. I don't behave not natural. Not natural is people that deny people what they require in life. There's people in business offices that need to be removed because they're denying people housing and they're upping the cost for housing, rent, and to pay for housing. The cost has tripled or doubled, tripled, and it's hard for people, and that's not what people are supposed to do. People make isn't supposed to be stressful. It's not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be peaceful. It's supposed to be respectful. They're supposed to make comfortable. They're not supposed to cause trouble in a person's life. All people should have housing. People supposed to mind their business right. If they don't mind their business right and they're working for the people in the communities to get the short end of the stick to live stressfully, they're supposed to be removed. They're supposed to be stopped and removed from their positions and let fair and natural doing males and females get in and do the job where people can get housing, because each person requires housing and decent, healthy foods to eat. And health assistance is optional if they want it, when they want it. If they don't want it at times, it's okay. If they want it at times, that's okay too. It's supposed to be optional, especially living in the city. Be fair. Each person's supposed to be fair. And understand there's good and bad in every, whatever title, made up title. They got good witches, bad witches. They got good angels, bad angels. There's people that behave beautiful and they do all that they need to do to get what they want, and they show up on the other end to be not so nice. That's why they call them good. They was an angel and then they do something bad. It's like there's good devils, bad devils. There's there's devils that's fair because they're honest about what they do, so they're legal. And then there's those that's not honest about their do. What it is people are putting signals, titles on themselves. They call themselves black, white, a witch, a devil, an angel, a doctor, a nurse, a police, and people can do that. But they're supposed to be fair about it. But some people, they're lying about what they're doing and they're mistreating by the use of the art, the words. They're not minding their business right. A lot of them are not. Some are. They're clean, called white as in clean behaved in each city, state, and country. There's some beautiful, fair doing people. Some of them live in what they call poor areas, the housing, but their behavior is rich and wealthy. And some people, they live in beautiful, luxurious housing and their behavior is rotten, their mind is spoiled, and they need assistance because they're mistreating people by their jobs. But don't get me wrong, there are some beautiful people in high positions and they have nice housing and luxuries and they're beautiful. And there's some people that's in poor housing and they have poor behavior. It's a mixture. One person at a time. One person at a time to find out what they're worthy of. But no matter what, each person requires housing. Some people's housing may not have to be or shouldn't be as luxurious as other persons because some people worked hard, they worked fairly and respectfully to have luxurious living, while some people worked unfairly, abusively, dishonestly for luxurious living. Because they are cheaters, they're really not minding their business right. They're liars, Pinocchios, and Pinocchiellas. Peace out. I also want to say, mind your business. To not cause trouble. It's only fair to get in a person's business to make them smile, to make them laugh, and or to do something nice for them or to help them out of trouble.